All right. Peace, feast, blessings. Haki Ami here, Dr. Haki Shakur Ami, the success scholar, Honorable One of Sappho. Yes, so good things are happening. Hope you all are well. Continuing to grow, continue to make moves, and continue to get to another level. So hope you all are wonderful. Hope you are happy pre Dr. King Day. What's today's date? 13th, 14th, 16th, 15th, 16th. So lots of good things are coming along. Getting ready to go to my chiropractor appointment. So, but as I, am always reflective, I was thinking of, for instance, the role of how the black community sort of responds and take care of its elders. And I recently had like some experience. But first, let me just give a shout out. Yesterday, I was in Annapolis for the legislative session, but the past few days I've been sort of working very hard to get the Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam's her clothes. I'm sorry, her she sold her house and a few blocks away, but I wanted to, and I didn't really reach out for anybody speaking about this particular case, but I know she may have reached out to a few people, but I wanted to question, for instance, has the Pan African Baltimore City Pan African community abandoned its elders? Because I'm reflective, for instance, of how I will be treated, right? And I'm thinking, from when I go to funerals to when I call people to do things, ask people to do things, even offer to pay people to do things. There seems to be challenges, at times, and I do think about how, if you don't have children, if you don't have family that that ride for you, like truly, it can be a difficult dynamic. Now, Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam, she lost both of her sons. Her daughter is living. She's like a little bit older than me, but she has a family, has a full-time job herself, and so again, and she lost both her sons like 2 years ago, so they're not able to like be as around. But I live very close, so I sort of do what I can, right? And she does have caretakers. I mean, she's done well financially, so she's able to pay someone, and she's on one level at Charlestown. But I just wonder, for instance, like where are the Pan-Africanist Baltimore people that want to protect, for instance, our elders, right, and sisters, and do things for them, and like go to bat for them or whatever. And we have an honorable senator, Senator that Robert Charlie Duggar was able to recognize, like this past summer, and I accepted the award on her behalf. But and I only got a couple minutes to speak, but suffice to say, I'm sort of disappointed, if you will, that no one was able. And what Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam did, she reached out to one of the delegates in Baltimore County that's actually a white Jewish delegate, Dana Stein, and he showed up. And I know people busy. This is not, I know people busy. I know people gotta, in the legislative session, it's not just about, the Pan-African community, but I wanna, since some, elder Pan-Africanists want to be the Jegnas, the recognized, the honorary recognized leader, like the teacher, they want to be like the HNIC. I just thought like that maybe Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam would be someone on your list, being that she got an event at the, I believe it was African Liberation Day, possibly, or was it Garvey Day? But so I'm just curious when and where do do people put in the time to protect our seniors? Like, when is that like going to be a part of your Pan African global view or initiative? Or your programming, or do you just want the youth? Because parents can pay for young people to be in a program, and people do what they need to do, and there may not be a pot of gold, for instance, at the end of the rainbow for helping the seniors. And so I have lots of Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam's things that need to. And I was in Annapolis, and I was asking the former delegate Talmadge Branch, just in terms of what does he believe or see that can happen with some of her things, and he was just like, well, ain't much that we can do. So I thought, for instance, that the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation should do something with these things, like some kind of house, or like some space to put like a historical space, that we can maintain, or it will maintain itself by getting like some tenants. So I'm thinking about real estate and ownership and assets that small organizations can take part of, but it has to make like business sense. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But so she's good though. But yeah. So a Jewish senator actually came from Baltimore County, and that's another thing. Like, where were my Baltimore City people? Where were the West Side Baltimore City people that have known her for years? So we had someone from Baltimore County that had to come in to help her. I know people were getting ready for the session or whatever, but I just it just made me reflect. I'm not gonna say how I should feel or do feel, or that a Jewish senator from Baltimore County came to help our senior uh, senator from District 44 in Baltimore City and County, but she had both the city and the county. So I did what I can. I had to work a 38-hour shift on Friday night, no, Saturday night and Sunday, 24 hours Sunday, so 14 and 24, 30, 38. So I wasn't free to be there and help, but fortunately things got done. She was able to sell her house, but I asked our elders in the community to reflect on who are we truly assisting out here? Who are we serving out here? If those who have come before us to lay various foundations for us to be and make progress, for the global African community, even the Caribbean community. Like, many have known her longer than I. I mean, granted, I do live close, so I do what I can, since I do live very close. But this senator probably came from way out Owens Mills somewhere, So I saw him in Annapolis, and I was just like happy to see him, and so I did a post on it, and I'm gonna I'm going somewhere today to let people know, because I feel that, and not to, do this to take down our community, but we have a responsibility to some elders within our community who have done outstanding work on our behalf. So that's all I want to say. I'm going to my chiropractic appointment before I'm late. All right, peace and blessings. That's 8, 9 minutes. That's all I want to say. Peace and blessings.